Okay, thanks for the heads up, Katie. Here are your 9 things you need to know right now as you head out the door this morning. The community will say goodbye to fallen Kansas City, Kansas police officer Hunter Szymanczyk. He died in the line of duty last Tuesday while laying down stop sticks near Kansas City, Kansas Community College. His funeral will begin at 10 this morning at Children's Mercy Park. We're going to bring that coverage to you live right here on KMBC.
In Missouri, lawmakers are returning to Jefferson City for a special session. They'll discuss redrawing congressional districts and reforming the state's initiative petition process. Now, the redistricting is taking aim at the state's 5th district, which is held by Democrat Emanuel Cleaver and covers much of the metro. The current map there on the right, the proposed Missouri first map on the left. Matt Evans will be in Jeff City for this special session. Look for Matt's reports on air as well as online at KMBC.com.
I-70 is back open after a wrong-way crash closed a part of the interstate last night. This happened around 7:30 in the westbound lane of I-70 near the Paseo. Police tell us an SUV, possibly involved in a carjacking, went the wrong way on I-70 during a chase. It collided with a blue BMW. The driver ran while the passenger tried to carjack another vehicle but failed. That person tried to get away but then was hit by another car and taken into custody. In all, 5 people were treated on the scene. 2 were taken to the hospital in stable condition. The investigation's ongoing.
I think he thinks he can just make this go away by telling people there's nothing here.
Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is refusing a House vote that would require the Justice Department to release all of its files on the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. He says that the victims do not have enough protection for the release. In the meantime, several survivors of Epstein's sexual abuse are testifying to Congress today, pushing for those documents to become public.
We know before anything has happened here that the Trump plan is to use any excuse to deploy armed military personnel to Chicago.
President Donald Trump says he will send the National Guard to Chicago as part of his crackdown on crime, but he's not said when. The governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago plan to resist that deployment through the courts and their own powers. Trump has also indicated Baltimore may be next.
Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un met for bilateral talks in Beijing. Now, this comes as China marks the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. It also marks the first time these two leaders and the Chinese leader were all at the same venue.
The FBI is warning people not to point lasers at planes or helicopters. Agents say laser pointers can blind a pilot, distract them, disorient them, and could ultimately cause an aircraft to go off course or even crash. The FBI says it'll do everything in its power to track down people who point lasers at planes. A North Kansas City man was recently indicted on suspicion of doing this just last year. He faces up to 5 years in prison.
If you're going to pay for a zoo pass, you should get a ticket.
Some Mizzou students are struggling to get tickets to Saturday's Border War game between the Tigers and the Jayhawks, and that's despite having a Zoo Pass, ZOU, that gives them a chance to see all Mizzou athletic home games. Some students say that when they logged on to get their tickets, they were met with a message saying that there are no tickets available. Mizzou Athletics tells us ticket issues were caused by an extraordinarily high demand and construction at the stadium that limits space.
The Royals are looking to get back into the win column tonight against the Los Angeles Angels. The offense struggled to get runs across the plate in Game 1, losing 5-1. Brian Burgert is going to be on the mound for the Royals. First pitch is set for 6:40 tonight. I'm going to put an asterisk there just because I feel like the timing of that game might be a little suspect.
Yeah, Katie, we've upgraded today to a first alert weather alert day because of strong storms this afternoon.
Yeah, this evening. So